Have you ever noticed that many older people wake up in the middle of the night, usually around 3 a.m.? And after that, no matter how hard they try, they just can't go back to sleep. It feels confusing, sometimes frustrating, and for many seniors, it becomes a daily struggle. But why does this happen? Is there something wrong with the body, or is it just a normal part of aging? Today, we're going to explore this mystery, step by step. And as you listen, you'll see that there are many surprising reasons behind this 3 a.m. awakening. Some of them are physical, some emotional, and some even psychological. So let's dive in. First, let's talk about the natural sleep cycle. As we get older, the way we sleep changes. In our younger years, we spend more time in deep, restorative sleep. That's the kind of sleep where your body repairs itself, your mind resets, and you wake up refreshed. But with age, this deep sleep becomes shorter, and lighter sleep takes over. That means the body is more likely to wake up from small noises, temperature changes, or even a simple shift in position. So, waking up at 3 a.m.? Sometimes it's simply the body moving out of its natural deep sleep phase earlier than it used to. Now let's move to another important reason: changes in hormones. You see, our sleep is guided by a hormone called melatonin. Melatonin is like the body's natural clock. It tells us when it's time to sleep and when it's time to wake up. But as we age, melatonin production goes down. That means the signals for stay asleep aren't as strong as they once were. And here's something interesting. Not only does melatonin decrease, but another hormone, cortisol, the stress hormone, sometimes rises earlier than normal in older adults. This combination can trigger the body to wake up, often around 3 a.m. Another big reason is health conditions. Many seniors live with health issues like arthritis, diabetes, or heart problems. Even a little joint pain or the urge to use the bathroom at night can interrupt sleep. Think about it. When you're young, you might turn over in bed and keep sleeping. But as the body ages, pain or discomfort makes it harder to stay asleep. So the person wakes up, looks at the clock, and yes, it's often around 3 in the morning. But there's more. Let's talk about medications. Older adults often take prescriptions for blood pressure, cholesterol, or sleep disorders. Some of these medicines have side effects like nighttime restlessness, increased urination, or even vivid dreams. Now imagine you're taking 3 or 4 different medicines daily. Each one has a small effect on your sleep. Together, they can push your body to wake up at odd hours, especially in the middle of the night. Now, you might be wondering, why exactly 3 a.m.? Why not midnight or 5 in the morning? That's a very good question. Our bodies follow something called the circadian rhythm, the natural 24-hour clock. For many people, the body temperature drops to its lowest point around 3 or 4 a.m. At this time, the body is at its most vulnerable state of alertness. So if something tiny disturbs you, like pain, stress, or even a dream, your body wakes up easily. And once awake, falling back asleep feels much harder. Here's something many people don't realize. The mind also plays a big role in why older people wake up at night. As people age, worries often increase. Concerns about health, family, finances, or even loneliness can weigh heavily on the mind. And guess what? Nighttime is when these thoughts feel the loudest. So at 3 a.m., when the body is already lightly sleeping, even a small wave of anxiety can wake you up. And once awake, the brain starts thinking some more. Have you ever noticed? Problems feel bigger at night than they do during the day. That's because, in the silence of night, the mind has no distractions. Another very practical reason older people wake up at 3 a.m. is the bladder. As we age, the bladder becomes more sensitive. Many seniors experience what's called nocturia, the need to urinate during the night. Even if the bladder isn't completely full, the signal to the brain feels urgent. So around 3 a.m., the urge to use the bathroom wakes them up. And sometimes, once they've gone, the sleep just doesn't return. Now let's move on to another health-related factor: sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is when the breathing stops and starts during sleep. It's more common in older adults, especially those who are overweight or have health issues. During sleep apnea, the brain senses low oxygen and forces the body awake. often suddenly. And again, this can happen in the early morning hours. The person may not even realize it's happening. They just know they keep waking up tired, and often at that same 3 a.m. mark. Here's something interesting. Some seniors experience restless leg syndrome, a condition where the legs feel uncomfortable at night, leading to an urge to move them. These movements disturb sleep, and since the body is already lightly sleeping in the early morning, restless legs can easily trigger a full awakening around 3 a.m. Now let's talk about lifestyle habits. Caffeine in the evening, alcohol before bed, or even late-night snacking can all affect sleep. For older adults, the body takes longer to process these substances, so a cup of tea at 7 p.m. might still be keeping the brain awake at 3 a.m. Or that one small glass of wine might be enough to disrupt the sleep cycle. Even screen time plays a role. The blue light from phones or TVs reduces melatonin, making it harder to stay asleep. Another reason older adults wake up at night is their environment. The room may be too hot or too cold. The bed may not feel comfortable. Or perhaps there's outside noise, like traffic, dogs barking, or a ticking clock. For someone in deep sleep, these might not matter. But for someone in lighter sleep, like many seniors, these small disturbances can lead to full awakenings. Now, here's something fascinating. Some cultures believe that waking up at 3 a.m. has a spiritual meaning. In many traditions, this time is considered the hour of the soul, a moment when the mind is most connected to inner thoughts or even the divine. For some people, this belief brings comfort. They see it not as a problem, but as a chance for prayer or reflection. Of course, from a medical view, it's about biology and sleep cycles. But it's interesting how across the world, people give meaning to this early morning hour. So now you might be wondering, is there a solution? Can older adults sleep peacefully without waking at 3 a.m.? The truth is, yes, there are ways to improve sleep. Simple habits make a big difference. Going to bed at the same time every night. Avoiding caffeine or alcohol in the evening. Keeping the bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Using relaxation techniques like deep breathing or gentle music before bed. Talking to a doctor about adjusting medications if needed. And most importantly, learning to calm the mind. Because often, it's not the body, but the racing thoughts that keep people awake. So, why do older people wake up at 3 a.m.? The reasons are many. Changes in sleep cycles, lower melatonin, health conditions, medications, bladder issues, sleep apnea, restless legs, emotional stress, and even lifestyle habits. For some, it's a mix of several factors happening at once. But the good news is, with awareness, patience, and healthy routines, sleep can be improved. So the next time you, or someone you love, wakes up at 3 a.m., remember this. It's not a weakness. It's not a failure. It's simply the body showing its age. And it's something that can be managed. Because peaceful sleep is not just for the young. It's a gift for every age.